by TBC. What's the deal? So I was in total agreement with the decision. I thought it was a defensible decision, a draw. I think it was justifiable. It was an evenly fought contest throughout the fight. I was expecting Cunningham to have a higher work rate. You know, when you get in there with a guy that's 46 years old, you know, I don't care if he's Archie Moore, George Foreman, Larry Holmes, you have to be able to outwork a guy that is that old. I understand Tarver's never been knocked out, and Cunningham isn't some major knockout artist, so I was expecting his work rate to get him over the top in his fight, and his work rate was being nullified because Tarver was keeping him at bay, and Tarver had Cunningham guessing all night with that left hand. I told you in my fight breakdown video that Tarver has an educated left hand, and what I mean by that, he's not going to go out there wildly winging left hands. You know, he'll jab to the body, then loop the left hand over the top, or he'll jab to the body, run the left hand straight down the middle, or lean his body to the side and then arc the left hand. He was doing a lot of things. He was, you know, and I knew he was going to try to walk Cunningham into traps. I knew Cunningham would be smart enough not to fall into those traps, and if he did fall into those traps, fight his way out of the traps and make it actually a trap for Tarver, you know, but he couldn't do it, man. And I don't know why. Then later in the fight, Tarver was able to land 1-2s and then just wrap Cunningham up. And I didn't think Cunningham was going to be susceptible to being held in this fight because I think physically, when you look at their bodies, he's the more of the physical guy. If you look at his body, I just thought he'll be able to go in there and rough Tarver up a little bit, not completely, you know, wash him. I knew it would go to decision. I didn't expect any knockouts. But if you look at the rankings, man, I was looking at the rankings. Both these guys are ranked. Or another thing Tarver was doing, he kept switching from orthodox to southpaw. I thought he was doing it so he can land that left hand a little bit better, just to get the leather on Cunningham and start touching Cunningham and able to land his jab. That's all. That's the reason why I thought he switched, was just to land the jab and put a little bit power on the jab and turn the jab into a power punch just to wear Cunningham down. He did swole Cunningham eye up. He looked like he took the most damage. The most telling and noticeable punches of the fight to me were landed by Tarver, although Cunningham on a few of those was simultaneously getting hit and tripping over Tarver's foot at the same time. But hey, if he would have hit the canvas, those would have been legit knockdowns. Now, I was looking at the rankings. The WBA has Tarver ranked number 9, and the IBF has Steve Cunningham ranked number 6. If you look at the WBA with Tarver, there's fights in there I want to see him fight. Lucas Brown's rated number 3. He just survived. Was the last week he just survived. Ruzan Chagayev has the WBA regular title, but I think something's being worked out for him to fight fucking Freza Kendo. But I like to see Tarver fight anybody in that top 15. I like to see him fight Joseph Parker. He's rated number 10, but I know Parker has a fight with Kelly Meehan, and Kelly Meehan's an old heavyweight too. I would like to see him fight Kelly Meehan. You know, and even if he can't get a fight with somebody in the WBA, there are still fighters out there. Amir Mansour is still out there. He's calling people out. Nobody's paying no attention to him. Malik Scott's out there. Just give us something. Andy Ruiz Jr., you can take a O. Just give us something, man. You know, I don't want to see these guys in there with Brian Minto or Jason Gavern or, you know, Michael Sprott. I don't think they need that. Now, if they necessarily have to do it, to, you know, stay in shape and nobody wants to give them a fight, then fine. You know, but hey, man, there's a Fred Cassie out there. He fought to a draw against Areola. And I'm just bringing up Fred Cassie and Areola because they both fought to a draw also, and it's all on PBC. And it's probably easier to get those fights made anyways, because all these other fights I'm thinking of, man, dream scenarios most of the time, because you got promotional shit, or this person doesn't want to come to our country, or our fighter doesn't want to go to their country. Although Cunningham is a traveling man and he will go, and so has Tarver when he went to go fight Green. So I'm not saying they wouldn't travel, but I'm just saying it looks like things will get made quicker and faster because Fred Cassie and Areola are both under the PBC umbrella. I thought Fred Cassie beat Areola, by the way, 6 rounds to 4, but they had it a draw. So even if, you know, Tarver got in there with Fred Cassie or Cunningham got in there with Areola, still watchable fights. I'll still watch the fights, but I know both of these guys want to move up and fight somebody in the rankings and get their title shots. It's going to be a while till they get title shots. It's going to be a while, but at the same time, if they, like I said, if you can't get by anybody in that top 15 that's ranked in your organization, Still guys out there, man. There are still guys out there. It's just getting these guys matched up. There's, Tony Thompson's out there. Gerald Washington's out there. Dominic Brazil. Charles Martin would be a damn good fight with any of these two guys. Just my thought on the fight, though. I thought this draw was a life reserve for their career heavyweight division, because right now, you don't want to take a loss, man. Not right now. Not with the way things are being positioned and the way the pieces are being placed. You don't want to take a loss right now. So I thought this draw was justifiable. Still keeps their career alive at heavyweight, and rightfully so. But their chance to win in the heavyweight title, I think, are very slim for what I've seen. Just the power's not there. Although Tarver does have, both these guys have championship pedigree and fought in world title fights. Tarver with the, savvy southpaw, educated left hand and all that. But I just don't know how this, how it will hold up if they were to fight Erkan Tepper or Alexander Povetkin, somebody that's going to apply some heavyweight punching power pressure. Not just pressure, heavyweight punching power pressure with heavyweight chins. Will Tarver be able to sit back in a cut and nullify their action by daring for them to, approach him so he can walk them into a trap? Or are they just going to look at the trap and kick the damn trap over and whoop his ass? You know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to come down to, realistically. I know I'm putting it bluntly, but that's what it's going to come down to. You can't let a 46-year-old man control the pace and distance in there, and he's not one of the, it's not like it's George Foreman, one of the hardest punchers in heavyweight history. I understood what Michael Moore, but I thought Cunningham would go in there and outwork him. Although he's not a, career heavyweight either, but just looking at their body types and just the shape I know Cunningham's in, although he's 39, he's not a spring chicken, but he's not your average 39-year-old. You look at the man's body, he's not an average 39-year-old. But hey, Tarver proved that, he's not your average 46-year-old in the heavyweight division right now. But as far as winning the title, I still think it's a uphill battle, man. It's an uphill battle. YTBC, I'm out.